Alright, here we go. So here it is, Saturday morning. I wasn't sure if I was going to do Saturday mornings or not, but here we are. So I've already got the board set up, I've already got the music picked out. I think we're ready just to rock and roll. What we do in the mornings, I pick a toy out of my toy box called the Randomogrifier. I pick a random object out of the Random Object Randomogrifier. I don't know what it is when I pull it, so today it's a toy dragon warrior. We set it up on this stage, we take this little sketchbook and we sketch while we chat and listen to some generic music. So with that, let's just turn the page and get started. Do 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 do. Make sure we go here. Make sure we go here. Make sure we go here. And here. 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 Go. Alright, hopefully. Alright, this was a little more complicated. That's alright. It's just more stuff to see, right? Leave room for this shadow. Make sure we've got this shadow penciled in. We're just making some marks to give us an idea where everything should be. Not really trying to get exact proportions right now. Good, because we're nowhere near close. Alright, now we have an idea of where everything's going to be. Got some good spatial markers in. I start every sketch that way so that I don't run out of room. Now, just like in painting though, if you start with the details you like the most, you'll find that you get bored with the rest of the painting. So be sure that where you start is the grind. That way you don't run out of steam before you finish the drawing. Every day I do this, I think I should tell a joke or something. I should try to keep this lively, but that's not really what this one's about. This stream is really just me drinking coffee and sketching in the mornings. But every day I'm like, I should do something to keep it interesting. I mean, I could give you there's my mom. Good morning, Mom. I could give you the Spanish word of the day or tell a dad joke or something. But that would require me getting up early enough to be able to have the mental acuity to do such a thing. And I assure you that even using words like acuity at this time of day is a stretch for me. Boy and I are going to the zoo. Boy 2. You and I are going to the zoo here in a little bit. Saturday. So that's going to be a fun day. He's not awake. Also going to make it interesting. Is he going to wake up in time? He usually does. My mom's in the chat. Unfortunately, the live chat doesn't transfer to the channel when the video goes to video on demand. So I have to tell you everything they say in the live chat for the VOD. But how's the music this morning, Mom? Is it overpowering? This dragon is a lot more detailed than I usually draw. But that's okay, because I need practice doing that kind of stuff. It's also real easy to just lose track and only draw what I think is there instead of what I actually see, so I have to be real careful with that. Real easy. Really easy. Thinks the music is perfect. I like this little program. This is SoundForge. I think it's SoundForge. Music is royalty free, so I don't have to worry about copyright claims on YouTube in the event that I'm ever monetized. Yeah, my mom says there's a lot to my object. This object is this is complicated this morning. But, you know, the kick is I don't have to finish it. I can stop at 30 minutes. I can stop whenever I want to. If I set a timer, I can say, okay, my time is up. I don't have to finish it. But today, you know, what makes it good for today is that I don't have, other than going to the zoo, I don't really have anything going on, so I don't have to worry about being late for work. I don't have to worry about that today, so I can actually take a little more time if I need to. I don't really work that way, so it's not going to take much more time than normal. But it could. I mean, I wouldn't cause any problems if it did. This is where remembering that it's a toy comes in, because I want all of these lines to be straight and perfect, but it's a toy and I can see they're actually bent. And they're not straight and perfect. This is curved. But how is it curved? It's curved like that. There's my dad. Yep, Dad, I'm going to the zoo with the kiddo today. My mom and Dad are watching on different accounts. That's fantastic. They're probably sitting next to each other, one on the phone, one on the computer. That's fantastic. Alright. That's the front. Now let's get that. Got this wing going on in the background here. Yesterday I moved my paper around so much. I was doing that fire engine. I moved my paper around so much that it changed my perspective a few times. And my perspective upon critique my perspective wasn't consistent. My mother says my grandmother is also watching. Yay! Hi, Granny. Very fortunate to have my parents and grandmother still alive and nearby. That is fantastic. I know a lot of people don't have that. I'm very fortunate to have that. Very loving and supportive family. That's about here. You'll see me sometimes making sketchy lines where it looks like I'm sketching in. I'm not really. I'm practicing the motion with my hand, and then I try to make one line. It looks like you're just sketching, like you're making little sketchy, like, you know, but I'm not really doing that so much as I'm practicing where I want the line to go, and then I try to make one mark, and then if it's not where I want it, then I'll go back and make another mark. Alright, now from here, should actually be outside that elbow, but again, it's a toy. We're not looking for perfection. I want to draw what I see. I do need to go in though and darken what needs to be dark so that I don't lose where that's supposed to be. Get these lines confused with the other pieces. Alright. Now I'm going to pencil in where that shadow is. And then we'll clean the lines up. How are we doing on time? Oh, good Lord, it's 5:54 already. We're actually right on schedule. Right on schedule. did I do here? This. Alright. I'm going to color the shadow in. This is darker than the shadow. This is just to make sure that I don't erase the wrong lines. Okay, now I'm going to go and clean up some lines, and then we'll shade the rest of it. Gotta hold your tongue just right on this part. You can't see me sticking my tongue out of the corner of my mouth. Thank God for small blessings. All right. Alright, let's get some shading going on here. Coffee. Okay, so I don't know where to start. Let's start with the dragon head. Like I said a while ago, though, you have to be careful, because once you do the part that you think is the most interesting, you won't do the rest. Can't talk hard. This part right here shouldn't be there. Okay. pressure. It's only a 4B, so it's really, really soft lead. Alright. Like I said a while ago, it's real easy to get lost in the details. The details in the front need to be more distinct than the details in the back. Atmospheric perspective, right? This black is way blacker. get that the tone, the value that I want. I'm going to change directions. Now this rock, it has shadows, but I'm not going to make it the focal point, right? So we're just going to give it a little discoloration, just so you know it's not white. But I don't want it to be the focal point. Except where there's shadows. And then I have a drop shadow coming around here. Very dark. By the time you get to this side of the wing, it has lighted up. Light. It's further away, the light is bending around it. So by the time you get over here, the wing is the darker part. Looks like I'm scribbling. I'm really trying to make the wings, make the shades just go one direction. Each stroke is just one. It looks like I'm doing this, but I'm really trying to make them just go the direction that I want them to go right now. And then I can come back and scumble or scribble, whatever you want to call it. You still need to do it lightly so that you don't make little dark indentions in the paper that you can't fill in later. But this is the joy of using soft lead. It doesn't take a whole lot to make a mark. Where is that shadow? That shadow is back here. It's hard to tell that shadow from that object. I think we're about done. only other thing, oh, you know what, we hardly even touch this. Scepter. The only other thing I think really needs to be addressed is separating him from the paper, because he is not white, he is red. So you need to make sure he doesn't blend in with the paper. This is for sure darker than that wing back there. I think we're pretty spot on, to tell you the truth. Yeah, I think we're going to stop. We went 15 minutes or longer today. What is today? Today's the 5th. I told the boy we'd leave about 6:30. That's 15 minutes from now. Let's hit that with a little matte spray so it doesn't smudge. Set all the goodies up into the picture here so we can do the what, Jonathan? What are you talking about? Thumbnail. We're going to try and take a thumbnail picture here. But first, show you guys what's I got to do to focus? Go back to autofocus. Okay. I ain't not. There's that, and there's that. And it's pretty close. I can live with that. But alright, guys. Well, thanks for tuning in. Like I said, I'm gonna take the boy for a trip to the zoo. The little girl is going out of town for the weekend. The wife is gone for the weekend. She's abandoned us. So just me and the kid. Boy too, the baby boy. So we're gonna have a good time. We'll probably hit the zoo and the museum today. So again, thank you so much for joining me, and we'll see you tomorrow.